wanted to go back to verses 17 and 18 in chapter 3. And when he was talking about wisdom from above, right? And it's defining what that is, like peaceable is, and it comes back to that concept of peace on 18th, when it says, and the fruit of righteousness is sown in peace by those who make peace. I really appreciate what you said, Rabbi, about what he wants us to pray, and he wants us to praise him and to ask him for wisdom. Would you say that's a kind of a way for us to check what's going on in our heads?
And going over it now and listening to you, let's look at it from this perspective. And again, this is how I believe I get downloads, okay? As I'm reading this, you're listening to you read it, and I'm like, okay, what do you want me to say about this? But the wisdom from above is first clean, then peaceable, gentle, ready to obey. Peaceable. Well, what is the issue that's going on here? The same issue in Ephesians 2, when it talks about, for he is our peace, who made both one. We have this infighting going on between two laws, two mindsets, two ways of doing everything. So the wisdom from above isn't fighting with the above. It's peaceable. And the fruit of righteousness is sown in a place where you're not fighting against the above. So it's not just, I believe, in the context of what's all happening in this chapter, and the flowing since chapter 1, 2, etc. Now we got into 3. I don't think the contest is about us with each other yet. It's going to shift to that as we get into 4. So he's leading into that. But first we have to decide we're not going to be fighting with the above. And then he's going to say we're not going to be fighting about the above with each other. We're not going to be striving with each other. But he's talking about here still is this idea of the wisdom from above. He's talking about the tongue. He's talking about not being teachers. Before that we were talking about works versus just belief without works. And he's saying the wisdom from above is clean. Okay, meaning it's not tainted and mixed with anything. It's clean. And then peaceable, gentle, ready to obey. If you're still ready to argue, fight, and go to war with the above, you're not ready to do all this. The wisdom from above doesn't have any of that. It's peaceable. Remember, this is still talking about, I think, between us and him, because it says ready to obey, which is not necessarily talking about you and somebody else. It's still talking about him. So then it says, and the fruit of righteousness is sown in that peace between you and him. And it says Messiah is our peace from Ephesians 2. That mind of Messiah, the approach of Messiah, the nature of Messiah is what then, if we can embrace it, brings us into a place where we are at peace with the authority. And we're not fighting and struggling against an enmity, right? Hostility against the authority, opposition against the authority. So I'm thinking this section here, transitionally, is first and foremost talking about having peace in that we're submitting to authority. Then it's going to shift as he says, well, why do we fight with each other? Why are there strivings and fightings amongst each other? That is because you don't have peace. You're still in the flesh. You still desire and don't have. Okay, instead of recognizing that what you have is what you're supposed to have. And if you don't like what you have, then there are things you can do to go and not have this, have something else. Instead of just desiring and being frustrated because you don't have. Because most people spend more time, if they would spend as much time working on getting what they want as opposed to whining about what they don't have, they would probably get somewhere, okay, in terms of getting what they want. But man, you guys put a lot of energy into whining and complaining about what you don't have instead of going out and getting it. Because you can. There are things that you can do for most things to go out and get it, or something at least along the lines of what it is that you had wanted.